The Raptors 905 wrap up their mini homestand with their first Mississauga School Day game of the season as they prepare to take on the hottest team in the Eastern Conference, the Westchester Knicks. Hi, everyone, and welcome inside the Paramount Fine Food Center. I'm Ben Schulman alongside Warren Ward. Lindsey Dunn will join us in a moment. Thanks for tuning in on TSN or south of the border on MSG for our Bell Let's Talk game. Raptors 905 looking good right now. Winners of 4 of 5, and Jacoby Walters playing a huge part.
He's definitely been a big reason for the 905 success, and one of the main things I like about his game is the fact that you can't really speed him up. He plays at his own pace, and I think that's starting to come to fruition for the 905 in terms of his consistency. He's starting to show that leadership and maturity on the floor as well, and it's paying dividends for this 905 team, Ben.
He's played really well, led them in scoring 2 games ago, a big part of the win. Last game, a guy on the other side to look out for, Damian Ball.
And speaking of leadership, as I said about Jacoby, this guy's putting up video game numbers right now. He's the head of the snake. He shows his defensive intensity every single possession, and he's a big part of what this Westchester Knicks team look to do from their guard play. He sets up all of their scorers, and it's going to be an interesting one tonight for the 905.
Starters today for both sides on the Knicks. It's Damian Ball, Chuma Okeke, Donovan Williams, Alex O'Connell, and Moses Brown. Drew Jones' team has Evan Gilliard starting at the 1 with Frank Kaminsky at the 5. Jacoby Walter, Jonathan Mobo, and Jamison Battle fill in the middle. There's Sagana Diop, third-year head coach of the Knicks, and a guy who has led them to a little bit of hardware and to a very solid record. Knicks enter this game 8-4, winners of 4 straight. 905 are 6-3. They've won 4 out of 5. And we had a good one a couple days ago. This one should be just as entertaining.
I'm ready. Looking forward to it. Beautiful jerseys as well by the 905. Look at those jerseys, Ben.
Special Bell Let's Talk jerseys for the 905. Knicks in their usual outfit, and Donovan Williams starts it off with a miss from 3. Evan Gilliard carries the ball up. He got the start as point guard in the win on Sunday.
And with good reason. Very steady.
Frank Kaminsky tried a bit of a circus pass, and it actually ended up drawing the Knicks into a foul. Kaminsky just threw it over his head to Jamison Battle, and by the time Battle got to the ball, Damian Ball had reached in.
It's a set play by the 905. A little bit of miscommunication, but Gilliard is someone who's very steady at that position. He definitely has leadership ability, and he's a one-man fast break.
Jamison Battle for 3, no good, but interesting to see him take the early 3. He only had 1 3-point attempt all of last game, and it was the dagger 3 with about 45 seconds left.
He's picking and choosing his spots now, right? He's someone that we know he can shoot, but he's also capable of doing other things.
Just played some good defense on Alex O'Connell to force another stop. A minute in, looking for our first bucket. Walter releases from deep. And a rebound for the Knicks. But a steal by Gilliard off the Brown feed. Back out to Kaminsky. He'll try from 3. Some good looks, but some early misses for the 905. Keep your eye on Aiton White. Donovan Williams all the way to the hoop, missed it. He had a huge game here in Mississauga, though, on December 6th. He scored 38 points in a Knicks win.
Career high,
yeah.
Up at that point. And I saw him with the Scarborough Shooting Stars over the summer. I mean, he only shoots at around 31% from 3, but don't let the percentages fool you. When he gets hot and he gets out in transition, much like A.J. Lawson, very hard to stop.
Walter around the screen to the hoop. Nice block by the 7'2" Brown. Here's Ball, and there's going to be an offensive foul on Williams, who caught Gilliard there. A turnover and a very defensive start to this game.
Great sportsmanship there by Williams. He also picked him up. He recognized what he did. Definitely took Gilliard out. Look at that. Just boom. Yeah, nah. We're going the other way.
Never really set on that play. Some early fouls for the Knicks. That's something to watch throughout the game, as Westchester has 9 players available today to 13 for the 905. Pick and pop to Kaminsky. And he just rims out Gilliard on the foul.
Smallest guy on the floor getting an offensive rebound for the 905. It's been a very defensive start to this game and a lot of missed jumpers.
Williams the other way. He's missed a pair to start the game. Good deflection by Jamison Battle out of bounds. If that isn't modern basketball, though, I don't know what is. The center, the about 7-foot guy, took a three, and then the point guard rebounded and scored under the hoop.
That's exactly modern basketball.
Ball with 10 seconds to shoot. O'Connell swings to the open OKK. Pull-up three. And an offensive board O'Connell, and both teams finding their first bucket the same way.
Great follow-up by O'Connell. You saw him run in from the three-point line, and sometimes when shots aren't falling, you have to get easier buckets and try and score around the rim, and that's exactly what he did on that play.
O'Connell filling in today in the spot that T.J. Warren would usually occupy in the starting lineup. Mobo and O'Connell with the rebound. Warren out with a concussion. That's a huge loss for the Knicks. He had 35 points last game. Okeke inside, and an offensive foul. His elbow got up into the grill of his defender.
Good positional defense by Battle. Okay, Okeke was with a quick change of direction going left to right, and Battle able to shift his hips and get in position. And that off arm is what the referee saw. I mean, Okeke can't believe it, but we'll go the other way.
Yeah. Gilliard probing. Kaminsky wanted the ball and got it. They're trying to get it to Walter, and they do. 6 to shoot. He's going to have to make something out of nothing here. Couldn't get the fake up. Now he does, but the shot is short at the end of the buzzer.
He came up out of his stance, and he had no legs in that jumper. That's why it was short. But good move.
Here's the matchup the other way as Okeke attacks Walter, and the rebound is Kaminsky's. Drew Jones urging his team up the floor quickly. Gilliard into the key. Missed the scoop layup. 5-on-4 briefly for the Knicks as Gilliard scrambles back. Fall away no good. No rebound for Battle. High pace but not a lot of buckets. Gilliard to Mobo. Kaminsky back to Walter for three.
Good basketball. If three guys could have took a shot on that possession, they're patient, they wait, they move the ball around. Kaminsky could have shot that three and instead gives it to his teammate, Jacoby Walter, continuing his impressive play.
First made three for the 905 in 5 attempts. And there's going to be a foul called here against Gilliard. Eugenio Marui into the game. Jonathan Mobo comes out early.
I mean, the tip-off portion of the season, the 905 were not shooting the basketball well, and they're first in the G League right now as a team, shooting 41% from three. So the three ball has become a good part of what they do as a team. And Jacoby Walter, a massive part of that as well, continuing his aggressiveness, shooting the ball and knocking shots down.
Three from the Knicks is good at the buzzer. That's Chuma Okeke, who triple-doubled here in December.
There's another person who not afraid to shoot. Eugenio Marui was right there. You couldn't play any better defense than that.
Now they get it to Omarui in a mismatch. Bumping against ball. Double comes. And Omarui fights through the score. And a nice deflection the other way by Gilliard. It's going to stick with the Knicks.
It's good recognition, getting Omarui in the game early, getting him a good bucket. He has his hands full guarding Okeke, though.
If you weren't woken up because it's an early game, the noise and the pace of this game right now at full throttle. Williams three. Got it, and the Knicks lead for the first time.
A nice looking jump shot by Donovan Williams. He is a scorer. And this Westchester team, might be one of the most pro-ready teams in the G League, just in terms of their offensive caliber and the type of talent they have on the squad. And there's another guy showing off his talent, regaining the lead for the 905.
Okeke, quick three in response, gets it back after the Walter make. O'Connell for three. That's what he did a lot in college at Duke and Creighton, but he misses it here. Gilliard streaking to the hoop and he scores despite some contact, tumbling over the baseline. Baugh draws some contact, no foul call. He thought he had a shot there. And here comes Walter. 9:05, slow it down here. Kaminsky wants the basketball, and Marugi pulls it anyway and rattles it in. 3 quick threes from the 9:05, and they built a nice lead here early on. 15-8, midway through the first quarter. Good ball movement and even better shooting. Eugene Omoruyi with the last of the triples to lead by 7.
Welcome back to a very enthusiastic Paramount Fine Food Center at this day game as the 9:05 take on the Knicks. The 9:05 knew this game was going to be a challenge before it even started, taking on one of the top teams in the East. The Knicks are first in points, first in offensive rebounds, and second in 3 points made. And for the 9:05, they started off rough, going 1 of 8, now 6 of 14. And Ben, before the game, I asked Coach Drew Jones if this was a measuring stick game. He said, absolutely. They've been playing fairly well, but it's now a challenge to see when they're taking on such a tough team that have had their number at home, how they can rise to that challenge.
Thank you, Lindsay. This is a matchup of 2 teams right now in the playoff picture in the Eastern Conference, and Chuma Okeke with a 3 right out of the timeout. 9:05 in 3rd in the East right now, and the Knicks in 2nd place in the East right now.
And well-deserved, 2 very well-coached teams as well. I mean, you see the identity of what both teams want to do. They can shoot, they can score.
Walter draws the contact, nearly flipped it in. He'll go to the line. He's been a big part of that. 6 points already today.
And also defend, and defend without fouling, even though we've seen that on display here. O'Connell, that's a tough call. That's a very tough call. I agree with Coach.
And again, if you weren't with us earlier, fouls at a premium today for the Knicks because they only have 9 guys available. They don't have 2 ways with them, and they have some injuries, notably TJ Warren and Abdullah Ahmed.
Simon Drop has been in charge of Westchester, and as I said, both teams, Ben, they defend well, they can score, they pass the ball well, they have great point guard play, and this is, you see why both of these teams are doing well.
Very good defense there by Ulrich Shamshe, who just checked in out of the timeout. That's going to be a fun matchup. 7'2" Moses Wood against an about 7-footer in Ulrich Shamshe.
Arguably one of the best shot blockers in the G League, if not the best. Ulrich Shamshe, and his development, he just continues to grow and impress.
And interesting here, the Knicks are actually, they're going to keep us from seeing that matchup. They take Brown out of the game, go small, bring in the guard Boo Buie. 3 from Williams, rebound Buie, and he kicks it out. Jamal Bay just checked in. He misses the 3, and Shamshe rips down his first board.
And he had himself a quiet, effective game the last time Westchester was here. Bay played very well for this Westchester team.
Kennedy Chandler checked in out of the timeout as well. It's Chandler, Omoruyi, Walter, Lawson, and Shamshe on the floor for the 9:05. Poked away from Shamshe, and that ball could stay in. Okeke gave it a good effort, but it gets out of bounds. Last touch Knicks. They think it's last touch 9:05. And Okeke wants a challenge, but the 905 trying to get it in quickly before the Knicks have a chance. And they will. Walter with a screen to help him. Misses the deep three. Physical rebound by Okeke. No big man on the floor for the Knicks. Trying to screen for Bay in the corner. Okeke instead gives it up to Ball. He's got the mismatch with the big man on him. Trying to take him to the rim. Right around him, and he scores with the right hand.
And you can hear the scout. I mean, which hand does Damian Ball want to get to? He wants to get to that right hand. Got to take that away if you're Chomsky. Gap him, give him space.
Ball over to Williams, and the alley-oop pass maybe just a little too low. Omoruyi thought about the transition three. Lots of contact, throws it up. And I believe there'll be a foul on the shot by Omoruyi, which will send him to the line, although it's almost a great pass to Chomsky.
I don't know about you, but I like this frantic pace. I know there's a lot of turnovers and missed shots and layups, but I don't know. I like it. It's such a physical game. That arguably was a foul there. Not arguably, it was a foul.
Yeah.
I think Omoruyi sold it, more importantly.
The Knicks are going to challenge that foul call. So that'll mean a review is coming for that last shooting foul that went against Bowie. Sagana Diop wants to look at it. We'll take a quick step aside. 17-13, 905 with Omoruyi going to the line as it stands now. We'll have the answer to the review next on TSN.
Change the game, and we change who plays. Change who plays, and we change the playing field. Change the playing field, and we change the result. Change the results, and we change the story. Change the story, and we change tomorrow.
I am
Tomorrow. Invest in me.
Review underway right now regarding a Bowie shooting foul. A foul that happened when Omoruyi was in the motion of taking a shot, and the referee's discussing it right now. We'll see what they have with the call. For now, it's 17-13 in Mississauga. I'm Ben Schulman alongside Warren Ward, Lindsey Dunn on the baseline. And referees Tyler Merkovich, Teresa Stuck, and Rachel Rayford are discussing the ramifications of the review. And so after review, we're hearing from the referee, they are going to overturn that foul call and call it a no foul. And I believe he said that Westchester had possession of the ball when the whistle went. So it's going to be Knicks' ball. I think the 905 are saying Chomsky had come down with it at one point, but the ball did bounce away before the whistle was blown. So that's going to be a successful challenge for Sagana Diop and the Knicks, and that's going to be basically a turnover. The Knicks get the ball here.
It is the correct call. When I saw the replay initially, I was looking for the contact, very marginal, if anything. I think Omoruyi, as I said, he did a good job selling the foul. It's the correct call. You know, glad we have replay for situations like that they can review. And, you know, Sagana Diop was animate about, or very animated about his displeasure in that. And he called a challenge, and, you know, that's within his right to do so.
Omoruyi's going to check out of the game. Jared Roden is in for the first time. Number 27 for the 905. Defense chance from the kids here today on a Mississauga school day. A lot of defense early on in this game. Damian Ball working against Rodin. Gets a screen and a switch. Okeke is open. And he draws the foul from Lawson, who rotated in late to stop him from the easy layup.
Damian Ball probing, pulling Chomche away from the rim, which allows Okeke to roll. And A.J. Lawson late on the help. The help should be coming from the weak side of the floor. Instead, A.J. leaves. If Ball decides to kick it back over and into that corner, there's going to be an open shooter. So with this small lineup, Westchester trying to exploit and pull Chomche away from the rim where he cannot be a rim protector.
Okeke's free throw has him up to tied with the game high. 8 points so far. And he's guarding the big man, Chomche. Nice feed inside and wide. Chomche with the pass, Mobo with the finish, big to big. And the 905 have a chance at a three-point play.
I haven't seen Coach Drew react like that all season long. It's a great entry pass by Chomche, right on the money, and Mobo. I thought he could have dunked this ball. Instead, lays it up for two softly. My old coach used to say a dunk or layup, it's still 2 points. So
free throw no good and a rebound there. But yeah, that was a beautiful pass.
Beautiful pass.
Mobo was not wide open. You had to put it right in that spot.
Absolutely. And I think 2 months ago, I don't think we'd be saying Chomche's going to make that type of pass and have the confidence to do so.
First assist of the game for Ulrich Chomche, who averages about 1 a game. He deflects the pass there, a ball, and a nice save by Chandler to create the steal. Really good defense by the 905 early on. Trouble is the Knicks are playing pretty good defense too.
Yes, they are. I mean, Chomche, deflections are not charted, as I've said many times, but that's an example of his defensive impact and what he's capable of doing.
Quick trigger three from Bowie, and a tough rebound for Mobo. Here come the 905. Mobo going right to the rim. My goodness, Mobo with the two-hand flush, but he's got to scramble back as the Knicks get back on D.
What a play by Jonathan Mobo. End-to-end, skying for that rebound. See how high he got up?
Just burst out of nowhere. This possession a little bit slower for the 905, working in the half court. Chandler has his pocket picked. Here's Jamal Bay. Bowie again releases, and that deep three is going to be a rebound for Rodin. 905 want to keep running. Chomche with a seam, and he puts it off the window. His defenders slipped, and a good find by Kennedy Chandler.
Great find by Kennedy Chandler. Your big man's running the floor, running first, but he's running hard. Got to reward him.
First points of the day for Ulrich Chomche. Nice poke away by Mobo. 905 can run again. Lawson spun around and missed the layup, and Okeke just barely kept it in bounds. Now numbers for the Knicks. Bowie a third time in a row, and he hits.
You're not going to miss too many of those. Wide open three in transition. That's what Westchester wants to do, especially miss or make. They want to get out and run and make this into a track meet, which it is. You see guys already coming huffing and puffing back to the sideline.
It's what Westchester does. They get out, they show their athleticism, and they score a lot of points. I do wonder, though, if you like this if you're Drew Jones, because, again, they're undermanned by the Knicks. Can they, in your opinion, keep this pace up for 4 quarters with 9 guys?
To say I know the answer to that, I don't.
It's a tough question.
It's a very tough question. Can they? Absolutely. They're elite athletes, but they're first in points for a reason. They score 120 a night. They're first in field goal attempts as well, so they're going to get shots up. They've already taken 23 in the game. You do the math, times that by 4, they're right on pace to go ahead and do so. So can they keep it up? We will find out.
Right.
But if they do, I would not be surprised.
Right. 905, the Knicks getting a quick breather off that timeout. 905 will have the basketball with Lawson, Rodin, Battle, Chomche, and Mobo on the floor. So it's going to be Rodin running the point, which we see from time to time.
And he's very capable of doing so. I mean, they have so much lineup versatility. They can play guys in different positions. They can go big, they can go small, and you're seeing that now.
Nice pass by Chomche over the top, finds Mobo again.
I'm going to start calling Chomche Steve Nash.
He's looking like Frank Kaminsky right now.
His court vision is on display today, making the right play. Talk about improvement of Ulrich Chomsky.
Foul committed by Lawson underneath. They had a mismatch with Brown down there.
Youngest player in the NBA. And look at the improvement he's made, leaps and bounds. Like I said, 2 months ago, he was not making these type of entry passes. Finding Mobo on the block for two.
Bowie around the screen. Chomsky picks him up in the pass, deflected out of bounds. I mean, no way would they run a set play where Chomsky is going to feed over the defense, even maybe weeks ago. But every game he's getting better and better. Bowie gets the screen. Middle was a little clogged up. Now they clear for Bowie to spin and fling it up. He might have thought he had a foul there. Mobo quickly ahead. Corner three ball, no good. And a race to the rebound gives it to the Knicks. OKK had his step, but Rodin recovers. Baseline cut and a good feed over there to the corner. Williams three off the mark. Pardon me, Caden Rice took that three. Here come the 905. Battle wide open. And it connects. Automatic.
Great job in transition. 905 are really playing defense right now. Getting active in a stance, rotating well. Giving Westchester only one attempt at the rim. Grabbing all the loose balls and they're getting out and running.
Drew Jones puts his palm out to slow the 905 down now. They can go 2 for 1 here if they make an attempt at the hoop in the next couple seconds. Lawson will, and he draws a foul. That's exactly what the 905 wanted with about 35 seconds left.
Yeah, that's also a set play. Coach Drew calling A.J. Lawson's number, and I like what A.J. just did there. He tried to get to Bowie's hip, and as soon as he gets to his hip right here, he changes speed, trying to get to the hip right, and there's the contact on that arm. That's what you want to do as the offensive player. You want to get down low, get to someone's hip, and create contact. You got to finish your breakfast at the free throw line.
905 1 for 3 from the line so far today. Probably a possession apiece left for these two teams. Bowie gets the Brown screen. Brown trying to post up, but they keep it outside. Limited time to shoot. OKK contested look. But an offensive board keeps it with the Knicks. Brown right back to the rim and a big finish going around Chomsky. Under 5 seconds to go. Rodin floater good with .1 on the clock. He was going to the bench. They have to inbound, and now the quarter comes to a close with the 905 in control, up by 10.
Great job by the 905. 8 assists on 12 made field goals. Great first quarter. I thought they shot the ball well. They dominated inside and out, rebounded the ball, and got out in transition and did exactly what Westchester wanted to do.
A lot of excitement after one. We have the second quarter next on TSN.
Raptors rookie Jonathan Mobo on assignment with a 9.05 this morning. I asked Coach Drew Jones before the game what they're looking to get from him today, and he said just being a monster, using his length and athleticism in games, no thinking, just playing. And when he does that and lets his instincts and natural ability to take over, then he says that is when you see him at his best.
Yeah, Lindsay, and I think we've seen that a lot defensively. Today, though, we're seeing it a little bit more offensively.
And we talked about that before the game. I mean, what is his best skill set? What does he do? And I think he showed us his ability and his potential to rebound, bring the ball up the floor, showing off his handle, and then make a play at the rim athletically.
Nice three there made by O'Connell after the dribble to fake off a defender. As the Knicks try to inch closer.
That is what O'Connell does. That he can shoot that basketball. That's a carry, Jacoby Walter.
You don't see a lot of carries get called in pro basketball, so generally they have to be pretty blatant as the 9.05 turnover for the fourth time.
Doesn't mean that they don't happen.
Oh, they happen. They happen plenty. Bay for three, good, and with 2 triples to start the quarter, the Knicks have made it a 4-point game.
That's his first points of the game, and if I'm not mistaken, the first points he scored in the game the last time the 9.05 and Westchester met up was a 3 as well.
Oh, yeah. O'Connell faked off the pass with a nice crossover, and he lays it in. An 8-0 run by the Knicks in a minute 15 to start the quarter.
And that's what this team's capable of. And if they can get stops, they can get out and run, and they'll hurt you. They'll shoot it from deep. They'll get to the rim.
Lawson connects. A wave going around Scotiabank Arena after that made triple. And Gilliard with the deflection. And the poke away by Lawson. And he goes right there.
Great job by Lawson anticipating that loose ball. Westchester a little bit careless. Poked that ball away. It's okay. We're at Paramount Fine Food Center.
We are. Not Scotiabank Arena like last school day game. There's an offensive foul and turnover. We were all distracted, though, by
AJ Lawson's flight 00. It's okay, man. It happens to the best of us. I mean, it looks like Scotiabank Arena, right?
It's early. It's early in the morning.
I think Lindsay's over there laughing at you right now.
7-point lead for the 9.05. They have the basketball after the stop. And a nice skip pass by Kaminsky. Limited time to shoot. Gilliard forces it up. Thought he had a foul drawn, and that one stays in bounds with Brown. Bowie going right at Omarui and somehow scores. I don't think I've ever seen a guy
never
shoot a ball
seen that
like
before. Wow. That was amazing.
That was incredible. And then the Knicks with a steal. And Bowie again.
I mean, why not? After you made that layup, why not?
You earn a heat check like that. Bowie is going to get called with a foul now, which will be his third already. This redefines a circus shot.
Look at that. Oh my, that's impressive. Wow, that has to be on a highlight tape somewhere. I think he was looking for a foul as well. There was no foul. He went right into Eugene Omarui. Wow, and has the body control and awareness to flip that ball. Very impressive.
A big score at Northwestern. He has to check out, though, on 3 fouls already. Nice play coming out of that inbounds. And the 9.05 find Kaminsky for his first
That
bucket.
was tic-tac-toe execution by 9.05. Ball, they knew exactly where everybody was. Great pass by Omarui to Kaminsky. Kaminsky for using the rim as a protector and lays that ball up.
Big block by Omarui the other way. Here's Walter.
Nice.
Kaminsky steps through and scores.
9.05 are really playing well. This is a good brand of basketball they're putting on today.
They're just finding easy buckets in transition.
And not just in transition, also in the half court. Whenever Westchester, if they do decide to play a zone as they did, it looks very routine. I don't know what the word
like
is.
Quick passing.
You can see my hand. It just looks like a well-oiled machine.
Yeah. Williams for 3 in the corner. Well contested, and the rebound for Kaminsky just before it got out of bounds. Frank Kaminsky up to 4 boards here in the first half. Omoruyi on the pick and roll. Fakes up O'Connell and scores. Great patience because he didn't have the pass, and then he still had the time not to rush it there and fake up the second defender.
Yeah, good timeout by Westchester. This game was starting to get away from them a bit. They got to regroup. Look at the 905, just exploiting the pick and roll, getting out in transition, doing a great job this far in the second quarter.
Great team basketball has the 905 up 11 at the Paramount Fine Food Center.
As long as Squad is showing you how it's done, we want to see those M's. Just like that. Put them up high. Put them up high. Let's see those M's. I know S and Selena have their M's up. Just like that. Let's go, Strike. Show us your M.
Third matchup this year of the 905 and Nixon. These are teams that see each other a lot, and a lot of the time recently, it's gone in favor of Westchester. 2 of those 905 losses came this year in December. One blowout game and then one game that Drew Jones thought was a much better performance. However, it was still a loss by 5. This series has just been all Knicks the last couple of years.
Yes, it has, and well deservingly as you know too. I mean, they outplayed the 905 on multiple occasions. I think, but this team is completely different. Their roster's completely different than it was in those matchups. And the 905 have something I think Westchester used to have, which is depth.
Right. 13 guys right now for the 905 available, even with 2 hurt.
And not just that. I mean, you know, it's one thing to have guys and bodies that are available, but I mean contributing depth.
Right.
I mean, they have basically 2 starting lineups. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, two guys who could start on other teams, 2 lineups that can start on other teams. So this 905 team has a lot of weapons. I mean, Eugene Omoruyi comes off the bench now. He'd probably start on a multitude of teams.
Travel there by OKK as the 905 continue to smother the Knicks defensively. Big additions by the 905 right near the end of the tip-off that created the step, whether it's Lawson or Rodin or Kaminsky. Jamison Battle's been playing with them a lot more too. He lobs, and Shamshe accidentally passes it outside. Omoruyi.
Right idea. Right idea, though.
Nearly a massive alley-oop on that possession. Shamshe just couldn't quite get his hand over the ball to bring it down.
I mean, that ball was above the backboard, and Shamshe put them go gadget arms up there to go and dunk that ball.
905 back on defense, pick and roll with Vaugh. And Battle was grabbing the big man, Brown, there, so they'll get him with a foul.
Great screen and roll. Battle coming off, and I think that play could have been made easier if Battle had gone into Brown and make Brown commit to him, pulling him completely away from the rim. Then you throw it up to Shamshe.
But because he doesn't, he has to throw it higher.
A little bit higher, exactly.
OKK over the ball, back to OKK. Sidestep 3, and he gets the shooter's bounce. They're going to need him, and he's been big today. 11 points already to lead the game. Chandler hesitates and goes around the screen. And just a little bit too much, but Shamshe in position to put it back in.
Oh, wow. Well done, Shamshe. Look at that. Tipped the ball to himself. Comes back down, a quick second jump hook.
O'Connell 3. It's good. You can't leave that guy wide open. He has 10. 905 want to work quick. Battle runs across the court to clear some space. Roden off the window. Shamshay fighting for the board, but it's a 5-on-4 now for the Knicks. Lob, O'Connell! Big alley-oop for the Knicks, who are racing back into the game. Nice.
Talk about frantic pace, right? Wow, what a play by O'Connell.
Not just a spot-up three-point shooter is Alex O'Connell. Here's Chandler wide open, and a big response from the 905. Ball layup no good. Brown finish is good, and every time you blink, someone's putting the ball in the hoop right now.
Gonna say Chandler wants to get into the scoring party. Brown running and cleaning up the misses.
Big first half for Brown. 4 points and 9 rebounds. Re-screen by Shamshay. He'll roll to the hoop. Chandler releases from deep and hits again.
And he's feeling good right now. If I'm a kid, this would be a great game to be at. If I'm here as a school kid, what a entertaining half this has been. Every time I look down at the paper, Ben, someone is scoring.
OKK. And that one won't go, and a nice rebound there from Shamshay. Quick pass ahead. Roden loses his man and scores. Here come the Knicks the other way. Ball in the lane, dump off. Brown pivots and scores. Back and forth and back and forth. The Knicks have already outscored their first quarter total, and the 905 are approaching their first quarter total.
This is going to be a 60-point, close to 70-point half if they keep up this pace. Talked about 7 seconds are left with the Valley Suns. I mean, I think Westchester definitely taking a page out of their book as well with the 905.
Shamshay with the bucket, and in the back of the play, Damian Baugh is shaken up. They haven't blown the whistle, and he seems to be walking up on offense, but he's a little bit upset talking to the referee.
Caught an elbow in the collarbone.
Now he runs over Chandler. It's going to be an offensive foul, and that'll only compound the frustration for the Knicks guard. And he's still holding that arm. I don't know if he needs to come out right now, or...
Got elbowed in the chest and collarbone area.
Yeah. They have Jamal Bay on the bench, a guard they could bring back in. I'm sure if Boo Buie didn't have 3 fouls, he'd be back in the game right now. But Baugh is going to tough it out.
I mean, he kind of has to play, right? Just considering the frailty they have in terms of players available. And I think Bay's going to come in now for him.
Foul called off the basketball. I believe OKK got the foul. And take a look back at what happened to Damian Baugh.
There it is right there. Shamshay.
You can understand the frustration from Baugh on that
For sure. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to get hit with one of them elbows.
Oh.
Yeah.
Elbow's about the size of someone's head.
Yeah.
Jamal Bay into the game, but not for Baugh. Ball remains in. It's O'Connell who's subbed out. Lawson losing his dribble momentarily. Double screen comes. Kaminsky open for 3 if they want it. Mobo attacking. Missed, and a rebound for the Knicks, who will get out and run. Williams right at Kaminsky. He's fouled on the dunk attempt. He'll go to the line, and that's what he does.
You said it. That's exactly what he does. Anytime he gets that basketball in transition, I said, I mean, much like A.J. Lawson, 2 of the best players I've seen in the G League get it in transition, and he is trying to dunk any and everything when he gets a step. Challenging Kaminsky at the rim. No easy task.
Good foul by Kaminsky, because that's an easy 2, and now you send a 72% free throw shooter to the line. Makes it anyway, and the Knicks back within 10. Big lineup for the 905. Walter, Mobo, Lawson, Shamshay, and Kaminsky. No one in the key now, but a backdoor cut by Mobo, and the pass too far from Kaminsky. Frank Kaminsky puts a hand up as he knew that pass was just a little too far ahead.
The right idea, right idea. That's what you want to do. They're moving without the basketball, and that's where I think Mobo is, you know, as we spoke about before the game, that's where he's best suited, right? I mean, moving without the ball, cutting, trying to find space within the offense.
Day goes inside. Knicks clear out the key. Not a lot of help on that side of the floor. Now Williams. Step back three. Got just a little bit of space on the screen and used it well.
And with this lineup, that's where the 905 might get into trouble, right? I mean, if they switch screens, it's Kaminsky and Chomsky, and then it's a mismatch for Williams, and he's going to take advantage of that.
See if they go inside on offense. Kaminsky clears out. Lawson scores through contact.
Tough take by Lawson. He put his elbow right into Bay's chest to clear out a little bit of space and then use the flotation device to score two.
Kick out OKK three. And an offensive board for Brown. He's up to 10 rebounds and now 6 points as well.
Impressive move. He can score with either hand around the rim. Gets that O board. Turns around much like Chomsky did on the a few plays ago. Soft touch around the rim.
Left wing three. Walters swish. And a big three when they need it. 8 for 15 on the 905 from three after starting the day 0 for 4.
I mean, we've seen the last two games. They've shot the ball better from three than they have from two. Wow, great block by Chomsky.
Here's Mobo, 3-on-3 in transition. Lawson for three. And a rebound for the Knicks. OKK's gonna pull up and hit. Still this frantic play right now. Back and forth, the tempo turned all the way up. And the Knicks are hanging tough, only down by 6. 58-52 is the score. Timeout on the floor with just over 2 minutes to go here in the first half. 905 trying to maintain that lead into the break. We'll be back in a moment on TSN and MSG.
A.J. Lawson with 5 points in this quarter. Last night he played in the Raptors win over Orlando. And I asked him about what it's like to play with his childhood friend, R.J. Barrett, with the Raptors. And he says it's so great to play with somebody that, you know, I went to high school with for a year and have someone that's on my team that's not only a teammate, but my buddy. And Bannon Warren, we've been seeing him putting on a little bit of a dunk clinic today. And I asked him, hey, did you ever dunk on R.J. growing up? He's like, no, I was a late bloomer. I only started to dunk in grade 10, where R.J.'s been dunking since grade 8. But if you ask me now, I could absolutely dunk on him.
I believe him, Lindsay. Watching some of the dunks that he puts on now, I'm sure RJ would have something to say about that.
I'm sure he would.
Here's Lawson for three, and an offensive foul. That's going to negate the three-pointer, an illegal screen.
A good play coming out of a timeout, but obviously a little too overzealous when it comes to the screen. The basket maybe should count, but I don't think it will in this situation.
Yeah, that's what Kennedy Chandler is trying to say. And now they're trying to figure out who the foul is on.
Right.
You'd figure it'd be that screen by Jacoby Walter. But there's some confusion now that they're trying to figure out who the foul was on, because it was reported as 0-0, which is Lawson, who shot the basketball. It didn't look like the motion was that they said Lawson was kicking out. So it's an illegal screen, they're saying. So it couldn't be on Lawson.
This doesn't make any sense.
They're going to have to change it to Walter if they're calling an illegal screen. But the game is going to go on, I believe. As Lawson's checking out and Jamison Battle's checking in. Now is the question of, is there something the 905 could review? This is about as much confusion on any call as we've had all season. But it's going to end in no basket and an offensive foul, so the Knicks take over.
That's a tough one. I don't know who the foul was on still.
Yeah, I think the 905 bench is asking the same thing. Bay inside, good finish through two defenders, 4-point game.
And who knows what type of impact that could have later on in this game.
Knicks in the zone. Pass to the corner. Walter left open. And a rebound for Brown, who's nearly double-doubling in the first half. He's got 8 and 11. And that's last touch 905. 905 didn't see Moses Brown in December. And after seeing him today, they're probably thankful that they didn't see him in those games. This one really good. Ball stacking here for the Knicks with the shot clock dwindling. Brown's going to take it to the rim, and he spins and finishes.
Great move by Moses Brown.
Guy who played 9 games this year with the Indiana Pacers. He's over 150 NBA career games. There's Mobo on the two-hand flush.
I tell you, you can't look down at any stat sheet anymore, Ben. You got to keep your head up, because as soon as someone scores, someone else is scoring.
O'Connell passes out to Bay. O'Connell coming to help out now. Flares the screen to the corner, and Chandler saw it all the way. 3-on-2. Chandler scores despite some goaltending on that one. A couple possessions left in the half. OKK over to Bay. Knicks want to pull it soon, and they will, and Bay connects.
Tough shot by Bay. Going step back special. Wow, nice shot. I mean, Westchester's not going anywhere. They're hanging around. They're getting stops when they need to, knocking down big shots.
For Chandler to the rim. He thought he was fouled, so did Drew Jones, but the referees disagree. Knicks can take the final shot. Williams inside, scores through a lot of contact to himself. 1-point game. 5 seconds left.
Tough finish by Williams.
Chandler just misses at the buzzer, and we go into the half with 1 point separating the 905 and the Knicks. Pretty similar to the tie score we had on Sunday.
I think both teams are spending a lot of energy fighting with the officials, but this has been one entertaining game. Up and down, frantic pace. I mean, a little bit of defense being played, but a whole lot of offense being displayed as well. Guys making tough shots. I don't know how you feel, but this is a great basketball game to start the day. Wow.
Very woken up, I think everyone in this arena is. It's been a lot of fun to watch the first 2 quarters and a lot of different players contributing for the 905. You mentioned defense and offense. Jonathan Mobo's doing that, and he's with our own Lindsey Dunn.
JMO, John, with the 905 today, this pace of the game has been intense. How do you feel like you guys have been keeping up but also setting it?
Nah, it's been intense. It's an 11 o'clock game, you know. Expectations are everyone might be slower. It's not. That's not the case. I feel like we came and started with a lot of energy, and that's the main thing. I feel like if we have a lot of energy, no one can stop us.
I'm going to ask a long question so you can catch your breath here. Before the game, I asked Coach, what were they looking for from you today? And he says, I want to see JMO's inner monster. I want him to think, just let his natural instincts take over. We saw the dunk. Do you think your inner monster has come out today?
The monster's definitely coming out. I might not be able to facially express it, but I'm trying to work on my expressions, but the monster's definitely here.
Look forward to seeing that in the second half. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you, Lindsey. When we come back from break, Lindsey Dunn will sit down with Jamison Battle to talk with the 905 and Raptors forward. Raptors 905 basketball continues next on TSN.
Change the game, and we change who plays. Change who plays, and we change the playing field. Change the playing field, and we change the results. Change the results, and we change the story. Change the story, and we change tomorrow.
I am.
Tomorrow. Invest in me.
Welcome back. 905 lead the Knicks 62-61 at the half. And as we continue with a special Bell Let's Talk Day edition of Raptors 905 basketball, I recently had the chance to speak with 905 forward Jamison Battle, who opened up about what mechanisms he uses to keep grounded and focused, not just on the court, but in everyday life. Now, I had the chance to speak to you after you made your first NBA basket, and you said, like, you didn't really remember that moment. You were just focusing on what the next play was. When you talk about that focus, where has that come in your life? Like, is it something you've always been, like, determining what is next or being where your feet are?
Yeah, I think it came really sophomore year of college, going into junior year, just because I read a book by Trevor Moawad. He actually passed away, but he just talks about staying in a neutral headspace and then controlling what you can control. And I think from that moment on, after reading that book and after writing all these notes down in my journal, I understood that this is probably one of the best ways to live life. It's very hard to do, but once you kind of have an understanding and figure out how you yourself can remain present and control what you can control, you understand that you don't let a lot of outside factors get to you. And I think that's the most important thing, where you're only focused on what you can focus on and trying to emulate that and trying to stay present. It's something that has helped me along the way and helped me to get to this point right now.
Definitely easier said than done, though. But how often are you journaling? Is it something you still do?
Yeah, I do it every night. I try to just take my time just to reflect on each day and talk about what happened, talk about what I learned, and maybe there's some difficulties in there and what I did to adjust. But it's just something that where I can just have a release and then focus on the next day when it comes, when I wake up in the morning.
Does it also probably help you then with staying in the moment?
Absolutely.
Present?
Yeah, it does. I think it's just something where I can go back and reflect on my day and, you know, where I'm at night, just journaling. It helps me just to, like I said, just have that release and just to make sure that, you know, I take what I learned from each day and I apply it to the next day, but I'm not focused on too much on the future and I'm not dwelling on that past. It's more about how I can learn. And I think that's the biggest thing for me in my journaling, just trying to make sure that I'm learning, writing things down and just, you know, trying to be the best version of myself.
Welcome back to Bell Let's Talk Day at the Paramount Fine Food Center in Mississauga. If you're watching us on TSN or south of the border on MSG, appreciate you tuning in to Raptors 905 basketball. 905 up right now, 62-61 on the Knicks. I'm Ben Schulman alongside Warren Ward, and a big reason that the 905 led for the majority of that first half was their play when they got out and running.
Talk about pace. It's been a track meet. The game started off a bit slow, but boy, did it pick up very quickly. 905 getting stops, getting out and running, whether it was a steal or a turnover. They've done a great job in transition. 21 big points in that department, and they've done it by committee with different guys. Jonathan Mobo with an amazing rebound and then shows off his handle and his playmaking ability with a ferocious dunk. Talk about a first half, Ben. I'm hyped up right now. 905 playing really well, shooting the ball over 50% from both 3 and 2, and they're doing it by committee. I can't stress that enough. They have really come together in this part of the season. I mean, they're 4-1 in this month. What an incredible job they've been doing in this first half, just staying together and staying really locked in.
We'll see if they can do the same when we return for the third quarter. That's up next on TSN and MSG.
Raptors 905 leading the Knicks at the half, joined now by 905 assistant coach Brendan Lefwich. We have to talk about the pace of this game. It really picked up, but also the Knicks, they squashed that lead down to 1 point. What do you want to see your team clean up in the second half?
I mean, it's two of the top teams in the league with pace. We got to understand our personnel. Right now, the only thing we have to fix is activating the ball. When we don't activate the ball, that's when they're able to play with freedom, and that's when they're able to get wide open threes.
This crowd, we have to talk about the energy they're bringing at 11 a.m., 12 p.m. right now. It is electric. I can normally hear you from where I'm sitting, but I can't hear myself. Can you guys hear each other on the bench?
My voice is struggling today, but that's why we love them kids. Shout out to all the kids that are here. We really appreciate you. You're giving us that extra effort, giving us that extra energy.
All right, good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
Ben?
Thank you, Lindsay and Coach Leftwich. 905 did win their last school day game. They're winning right now after the first half. Take a look at some of the numbers that have come down to that. Both teams sharing the ball pretty well. Interesting, though, for the 905, with their 20 assists, 5 different players on the team had at least 3 assists in the first half. So it's not like one point guard dishing it out for the 905, but rather offense is starting from a lot of different spots.
I mean, we've seen Chomchi, channel his inner Steve Nash. We've seen different guys do different things. That's why I said at the half, they've done it by committee, and that's why they've been successful, especially in this month of January. They're really playing as a team and really coming together, and it's very nice to see. It's a good brand of basketball.
They've held the lead since early in the first quarter, but the Knicks have it at 1 as we get going in the third. Jacoby Walter had a big first half. He had 11 points. Kaminsky was moving to get away from Walter, and the pass behind him, a steal and a bucket for the Knicks as Moses Brown soars in. Make it 12 and 12 already for Brown.
And before the game, we talked about Westchester's terrific guard play and how many weapons they have, but Moses Brown has been a handful in this game already.
Battle fakes up his man and misses the mid-range jumper. Brown with another rebound to make that 12 and 13.
As Battle improves and continues to get better, he could have easily went into the defender's body and draw a foul.
O'Connell 3 off the window.
He definitely didn't call glass, but the bank is open. I don't know which bank he goes through, TD Scotia, but one of them's open.
And O'Connell's got the game high 15 points. He wasn't even a starter for the Knicks last time they were here.
Under man, you got to have next guy step up, and O'Connell's already had a thunderous dunk and knocked down some threes.
Kaminsky hits the 3, his first make in 5 attempts. And Frank Kaminsky has 7 points now, 3 assists, 5 boards.
Good set by the 905.
Walter really drew in the defense to him in the middle.
Call that collapsing the defense, and that's exactly what happened. Kaminsky's wide open.
Williams throwing off the skip pass. Hilliard with the rebound. Smallest guy on the floor leading the charge. Ahead to Mobo. And he just missed it in tight, but pokes it back to Gilliard. Second chance. And it goes off the rim and out. Rebound for Ball. Sprinting back and forth. That's how the first half went. Okeke steps into a 3, and the 905 catch a break. Double screen up top. Gilliard uses Kaminsky's and is slowly making his way over back to Kaminsky, who hits another.
That's right, and he says to Gilliard, thank you. Gilliard again, high ball screen, collapse the defense. You know Westchester's going to sink as they've done. They're living with Kaminsky shooting the 3, and he's making them pay.
Okeke with Mobo clamped on him, gets around him and draws the foul. Mobo's asking for a review here. We'll see if the 905 bench wants to oblige. There was some contact early in the drive. Hard to see what happened late.
Great move by Okeke. Goes behind the back and gets into Mobo's body, and then right there gets hit on the head. That's where the ref called the foul.
It's just a little tap, but probably something that you don't want to put to review.
That's a definite foul. I gotta say, Okeke, I'm sure he hears it all the time. He looks exactly like Carmelo.
Yeah, he's got the look. It doesn't hurt he's wearing 7 for the Knicks.
He has braids and a headband and an arm sleeve.
But he's got kind of a similar body composition.
Yep. Carmelo, man, he was hell of a player.
Gilliard to the rack and he scores. And trust me, you don't need to tell us here.
Fair.
I'm all over that. Here's Okeke controlling the ball. Damian Ball with 8 assists, make it 9. Williams stuck behind the defense, and a beautiful feed over the double.
It's a great cut and recognition as the ball was in that mellow spot, as I like to call it. Donovan Williams recognizes where the defense is. There's no one in the paint, and he makes a direct cut. Gets a dunk.
Walter pulls up around the screen, connects. And we go back and forth, 905 up 4. Defense for the 905 was great in the first quarter. Limited the Knicks to 20 points, although they allowed the Knicks to score 41 in the second. And there's a big jam by OKK.
I mean, his talent level is off the charts. That was very Melo-esque.
Yeah. A guy who up until this year was just an NBA player straight up, did not spend a lot of time in the G League when he was with Orlando. Kaminsky trying to battle against Williams, and Battle saw that the key was open with Kaminsky dragging his man out. Gets the deflected pass and
Ball
scores.
almost had an interception there. Ball went right through his hands, right to Battle. And gets the layup out of it.
Williams steps on the baseline as Kaminsky picked him up. That's going to be a turnover and a couple subs for the 905. Kaminsky and Mobo out, Omoruyi and Shamshe in. And this 4-5 combo off the bench was big in the first half.
And it's a completely different type of players. Kaminsky's more offensive, Shamshe way more defensive, a different sort of rim protector, but then you bring in Omoruyi, who's more of a scorer. So it's a good complement. 905, when I talk about their depth, this is what I mean, where in comparison to Westchester today, they just don't have those sort of options where they can play different lineups, and we'll see what this lineup does in to go ahead and try and extend this lead.
Omoruyi had 7 points and an assist in 10 minutes in the first half. Shamshe had 6 points, 3 assists, 2 blocks, and 4 rebounds. A little bit of confusion on substitutions. I believe the Knicks did not get someone to the scorers table in time, so KK had to come back into the game and will probably be out at the next stoppage. Gilliard slips right past ball to the middle of the key and gets it back. Screen from Omoruyi gives him space. Now Omoruyi works into the post. Gilliard into the key. And Walter will rise for 3, but it's off the left side of the rim and out of bounds. Big minutes for Evan Gilliard today. With 14 already in the game, has passed the minutes total that he had in the last game, a win for the 905. They're trying to pick on Gilliard in the post. Ball with a couple inches on the 905 guard, passes it out to Williams. Double in the corner, and now Williams will try and battle him in the post. Swing goes the other way. OKK cans the 3, his 5th 3 of the game, and 19 points total.
Love his game. He's a very good shooter, obviously athletic.
Battle with one dribble in the pull-up, no good. Here come the Knicks with speed, deflection by Gilliard, battle with the save, back to Omoruyi. Gilliard left open, just couldn't put it in as it rattled out. Rebound for Moses Brown, make that 14 boards. Mismatch underneath KK and Gilliard. See if Ball wants to try and drive on Omoruyi. No, he's going to feed into the post. Swing to O'Connell for 3. Rebound volley to Walter, who spun away from the Knicks and flings it ahead. Omoruyi can shoot, but he goes inside, and Shamshe couldn't handle it.
Right idea again, though. Good play. Omoruyi probably could have shot that one, doesn't. Tries to feed the big man who's running the floor.
905 just holding on right now, up 74-73. The Knicks, though, are hard charging to get back into this ball game halfway through the third quarter.
Change the game, and we change who plays. Change who plays, and we change the playing field. Change the playing field, and we change the result. Change the results, and we change the story. Change the story, and we change tomorrow.
I am.
Tomorrow. Invest in me.
The Westchester Knicks have been a tough team to beat all year, but especially recently. Winners of 4 straight, 8 of their last 10, and that's coming off winning the tip-off tournament. This is a team that's not going to go down easy, even if they are a little undermanned.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of that is due to TJ Warren, who's not here, but he's a big part of what they do. Just imagine him with this lineup, you know, with OKK and Ba, and we've seen their success, and you know, they're also a very well-coached team. I mean, it doesn't hurt that Dzonachop played in the NBA for quite some time, so he's familiar with good players and how to get the most out of his players, and he's done that with a guy like Donovan Williams.
It's a big three-pointer by Williams to give the Knicks a 2-point lead. Knicks have led once by 4 points. That's their largest lead. Omoruyi scrapping for the basketball, gets it back and draws a foul. That's great hustle by Gino Omoruyi to keep it with the 9:05.
He almost lost that ball 3 times.
Yeah.
A great fight by Omoruyi. Donovan Williams almost gets the steal. Right there, I thought the ball was gone. He hangs on tough, and then again right there before getting fouled.
Foul went against Jamal Bey, his second, the Knicks' first of the quarter. That's been an improvement for the Knicks in the game. They were fouling a lot early, but not much recently. They give it to Chandler, and Shamshe's rebound position doesn't matter.
So great screen-to-screener play. And Chandler, the recipient, he almost popped out like a big man, similar to Kaminsky, and knocks down a 3.
Chandler continuing to shoot over 40% from 3 between the regular season and tip-off, and he's 3 for 3 from deep today. No one in the middle of the floor for the Knicks. OKK step back. Trying to exploit the big man there, Shamshe, but he stayed with him.
I guess he is human after all, huh?
Yeah. He has put up a lot of threes today, although he's hit a lot. Lawson triple is good.
9:05 continues to shoot the ball well from deep. That has really become a big part of their game now.
Absolutely. 46% as a team today. Williams wants another. Rebound, Walter. 9:05 try and push the pace again, and Chandler thought there was someone behind him in the corner, so he ducked out of the way of the pass, and it sails out of bounds. Both teams trying to make subs, got denied making substitutions. Alex O'Connell thinks he's off the floor, but he has to get back on. A bit of confusion, but O'Connell does have to stay on the floor and wait for both these teams to sub. It'll be Roden and Mobo in for the 9:05 at the next stoppage, and Bowie in for the Knicks. Williams cutting up to the top of the key to screen for OKK. They give it to Williams. Back to Ball. Around Omoruyi, tough layup, no good, and a physical board for the Torontonian. Omoruyi feeds to Lawson and one. The Canadian connection goes 94 feet, and Lawson has a chance at an old-fashioned 3.
Look at Omoruyi. They get a stop. I think Chomsky got a piece of that. He rips the basketball away, headmans it right up to Lawson, and Lawson does the rest. As OKK looking as though he didn't touch anybody, trying to plead his case.
High flying action from the 9:05 again, who had not scored a fast break point yet in this half. Had 21 in the first half. And Lawson connects on the free throw, just the second free throw made by the 9:05 today. So Roden and Mobo into the game, and Bowie for the Knicks. Bowie passes over to Jamal Bey. Blocked on the drive by Lawson. Here come the 9:05 with Kennedy Chandler. Passes through a seam and gets it back, just staying in bounds. He'll turn it back up top. Lawson rises for 3 and hits again. quick points for A.J. Lawson. Gets him to 16 on the day, and the Knicks need a timeout. Transition or half court, both are working for A.J. Lawson, and the 905 back up by 10. Welcome back to Mississauga. At the break, the referees reviewed a three-pointer taken about 2 minutes of game time ago from Donovan Williams. It was called a three at the time, and they were reviewing whether it should remain a three. Very close, but they will keep it at a three-pointer for Williams, so it's still a 10-point advantage for the 905 rather than an 11-point advantage. Jonathan Mobo with the poke away as we get out of the timeout, and the 905 have a steal. 4-on-2. Chandler inside, and one. Mobo causing havoc again, and Chandler the beneficiary.
Roden setting up the play, and then Chandler with another tough finish. I stand on it. He might be one of the best finishers, if not the best finisher in the G League. Around that rim. There's not a layup attempt he doesn't like it, whether it's acrobatic, double clutch. It doesn't matter what it is, he can finish.
He's got 14 points in 13 minutes, and he nearly had a steal. Recovers to stop the OKK three. And a foul under the hoop. I believe Lawson got tangled up with Baugh, and they're going to give it to Lawson. And a delay of game is going to go against the Knicks as well. A delay of game warning, I believe, as they knocked away the ball after the foul was called. So Jamal Bay inbounding. Lawson will guard him. And they were running a play to get the basketball. He turns it back to OKK. Bay cut to the hoop, but he didn't find him. OKK out to the corner. Williams, another three-point attempt and another make. 4 for 9 from three is Donovan Williams.
They are approaching their averages. They get up 42 attempts, so we're definitely gonna get there, if not before the end of the quarter. They're already at 37.
Shamshay just couldn't put it in on the alley-oop lay-in. Here's another three from the Knicks, and another make.
Yep. Bring it up just like that. They're back in the game because they can shoot the basketball. And both teams, no one's really getting to the free throw line. This is literally just a gunslinging contest in favor of the 905 at the moment.
Mobo! What a driving jam with the left as he lost his defender at the three-point line. Here comes another Knicks three. No, OKK with the fake, and he'll go inside for the flush. The highlight reel for this game is going to be a mile long.
This game is incredible. Wow.
Here's the Mobo dunk as he lost Williams and went up.
And with the left hand as well.
And then OKK dunked through traffic.
He's already had a dunk already in this game in traffic.
Mobo pulls up and connects.
Good decision by Mobo. Defense decided to back off.
And they were covering Shamshay run into the hoop. 9:05 could delay a game warning. Here's the OKK dunk we were talking about.
Got a shot fake. They got the defender out the way, and then OKK says, that's an open lane for me. Flight 7, buckle up.
OKK screens for Bay. Bay will pull up for an open look and miss it. Rebound, Shopsha's his 5th. Mobo carrying up the ball now. Haven't seen a ton of that in his time so far. Lawson, pick and roll with Shopsha, takes it himself and gets the angle.
Great drive and attack, getting to OKK's left hip, and then he picks up a steal.
Shopsha shovels forward to Rodin. Mobo, back to Rodin, big jam!
Everybody wants to be a part of the dunk party.
Seriously.
That play was made by Lawson.
9 seconds of the third, and a big step-back ankle-breaking 3 by OKK. It does not stop in this game.
This has been the most entertaining game I think we've been a part of all year. Hands down. Dunks, layups, threes. Nobody's shooting free throws in this game, Ben. No one wants to stop the clock. It's just play after play.
Rodin fakes up his man. Nice. Rodin hits, and the 905 have 99 points with 5.5 to go in the third. Bowie flings it up and just misses to end the quarter. With all that havoc and mayhem, the 905 win the quarter by 11 points and take a 12-point lead into the 4th.
We're talking about pace. I mean, you can't get any more frantic than this. I mean, the shots are going up, Ben. 72 attempts for Westchester already. We got our hands full for a great 4th quarter coming up.
4th quarter is next on TSN and MSG. Welcome back to Mississauga for the 4th quarter. Ben Shulman, Warren Ward, and Lindsey Dunn on hand. 9:05 leading the Westchester Knicks in a very exciting school day game here in Mississauga. Jamal Bay inside out to Boo Boo. And a rebound there for Jared Rodin. And a foul committed in the front court. That's going to go against Chuma Okeke, who was fantastic in that 3rd quarter, Warren. Despite the Knicks slipping back in the game, he had 10 points, and he did it a couple different ways.
He did it like that, getting right to the rim. Technical foul associated now. And look at Chuma just dominating with 2 dunks, 10 points in that quarter. That's an amazing play. He could definitely shoot that basketball and put that all on display, his offensive repertoire.
So there's going to be offsetting technical fouls after that foul as Jared Roden and Okeke got tangled up.
The play was going on, and I started talking about that.
It was right in front of us. So it's going to be...
I just like the competitive nature. You know, that's what gets me going.
Yeah.
I love that. I love when guys are talking to each other. Obviously, we can't repeat what they're saying, but
certainly not.
Yeah, it's definitely some pleasantries. KK took a shot to the jaw with a shoulder.
So they just gave the tech to Roden, not to Okeke. It was a common foul on Okeke, technical foul on Roden. Doesn't hurt the 905 as the free throw is missed. And now Kennedy Chandler will initiate offense. There were some fireworks when these teams played in December as well. Roden misses the three. At that point in time, Omoruyi and TJ Warren got tangled up back in December. Okeke triple. Long rebound, Brown. He's been a monster, and he draws a foul. He'll go to the line. This game getting more and more physical as we go on.
And I like it. I like it. That's the way it should be played.
Well, Moses Brown, he's been physical all day. That's rebound number 16 for the starting center of the Knicks.
Kaminsky has to put a body on Moses Brown to try and box him out, and if he's not around, you literally have to battle, try and get around and swim around so you can get in front of Brown. He's a big body with long arms. You got to move him out the paint and allow one of the smaller guards to come in and grab the rebound if you can't get it yourself.
Another quick foul on the 905. Kennedy Chandler with a reach-in. So already 2 fouls in the quarter against the Raptors. 905 with a mishmash of their starting lineup and bench right now. They have kind of both of their more offensively inclined bigs in the game, and Omoruyi and Kaminsky. Okeke kicks it out. O'Connell got it.
Omoruyi got lost, and you allow one of their best shooters.
There, a foul drawn by Chandler. Smart play. He knew exactly what he was doing. Had a defender on his back and called for the pass, and that defender was Boo Buie, who's going to pick up his 4th foul now. I think Chandler knew there. He wasn't open. He just knew that as soon as he got the ball, a foul was going to get called because Buie had to foul.
Well, he was on his back, right? And it's a good place for a point guard to have. And as a defender's being really aggressive, that's what you want.
Rebound number 17 for Brown. 9-point ball game, 10.5 to go. They leave Buie in foul trouble. Okeke working against Roden. Roden sticking right on him. O'Connell wants it under 3, and Roden comes down with the board. Backcourt screen by Kaminsky to give some space. Omoruyi can hit from out there, but he left it just a hair short. O'Connell knifes his way into the key. Kick out, Buie 3. Just missed.
Great box out there by Kaminsky on Moses Brown. That's what I was talking about when you allow the other players to grab the rebound. You got to do all the dirty work.
Kaminsky slips by Brown and doesn't get the roll. Tap up Omoruyi, tap back, and the 905 still have it. Over to Kaminsky for 3. And it just misses again. Brown running the floor. Out in front of the defense, draws a foul. Roden had to hack him. And they'll send him to the line. Brown does struggle at the free throw line, so you'd rather that than an open dunk.
I was literally about to say, that's exactly what you want to give up. You want to foul him, make him earn it at the free throw line. Good foul by Roden, not giving up in anything easy.
To deal with Moses Brown, they bring Shamshe back into the game for Frank Kaminsky. And Moses Brown to the line.
Not a crazy turnover game. I mean, 905 had 12, and Westchester's 14, but they've been able to score off those turnovers. 18 points in the game now off of those 14 Westchester turnovers.
For the 905, there's a travel, so that'll be turnover 13. But as it sits right now, it trends towards the better games they've had turnover-wise. They've been a team that often goes 19, 20, over 20 turnovers. Still a lot of time, but if they can land around 15 or 16, and you look at the 29 assists to pair with that, that's pretty good.
I mean, it's impressive efficiency because they're turning the ball over at a high clip, which we've seen, and they still manage to average 27 assists, which is 5th best in the G League. And they did it today with 29 on 41 made field goal attempts.
Here come the 905 in transition. The pass a little behind Omoruyi, and he couldn't handle it. Lawson and Mobo to check in next stoppage. Bay. Back up top, Williams got his step, gives it to Bay. Bowie is open for a moment. He attacks the closeout and missed off the window. Brown with another board, and another board, and a bucket.
He's been a beast inside, Ben.
They could give him 2 offensive rebounds there, and he could be up to 20 on the game. .905 looking for their first points of the quarter right now. And that should be a kick ball, or will be. Being outscored 7-0 by the Knicks to start this quarter. And every time the 905 have got it to 10, 11, 12, the Knicks have gone on a run like this.
They've put it together, and Moses Brown has been a catalyst in that. And don't think just because he's tall, I know he's 7'2", some people will be like, he has the height, it's not hard to rebound. No, his positioning, his timing, his touch around the rim, all those things influence his ability to be in position to go ahead and grab those rebounds and score as well. I mean, they're not really running plays for him. It's all effort and energy. As Westchester's in a zone now, let's see how the 905 can capitalize and try and score.
Entry pass to Omoruyi and a foul going against Brown. He's arguing Omoruyi generated the contact. To the naked eye, he might be right, but the foul is going to go against the Knicks either way.
That's basketball. You, as an offensive player, when you go to the rim against a big guy, you need to initiate the contact, and that's exactly what he did.
They missed Walter open under the hoop. The 905s go up top. Now an entry pass to Mobo, and he'll go to the line. That's where you want to work in the zone. You want to get it to that free throw line, and the 905 did it well.
They did. They haven't been there many times. Only this is their 6th attempt of the game. They have to capitalize on these free points that they're getting. But this has been a high gunslinging game. Just a lot of jump shots being taken by both teams.
.905 3 for 5 at the free throw line today. 4 for 6, and their first points of the quarter make it a 7-point lead again.
These are 2 teams, Ben, that get to the free throw line around 14 times a game, 15 times a game on average. And we're sitting at 6 attempts for both teams.
Well, you had told me before the game, it's true, the 905 score about as often in the restricted area as anyone else.
Yeah,
so
top 5.
When you go in there, you draw a lot of fouls, but it's been a lot of threes from both sides today. 46 for the Knicks to 31 for the 905, but still a lot.
Absolutely, and they're also a team that does well in terms of drawing fouls.
Yeah,
right. So but today they've decided, nope, we want to shoot. We want to shoot and shoot some more, and then when we're done shooting, we're going to shoot again.
Yeah. Not a lot of fouls has been good for the Knicks. Only one player really in foul trouble, yeah. Bowie with 4. 905 have only one guy with even more than 2 fouls. It's Lawson who has 3. Shamsher looking for an outlet, finds Omoruyi, and he's going to have to make his way to the hoop. Not a lot of time. Floater at the end of the buzzer, beats the clock, but doesn't go in.
Not a good possession for the 905.
Williams blocked, and they're going to call a foul on Shamsher, who's twirling that right finger. He wants them to take a look. Drew Jones walks down the bench to see if they want to challenge, and they are going to review. Block or a foul, that's what we will find out next. For now, Donovan Williams headed to the line with the 905 up 101-94.
Change the game, and we change who plays. Change who plays, and we change the playing field. Change the playing field, and we change the result. Change the results, and we change the story. Change the story, and we change tomorrow.
I am.
Tomorrow. Invest in me.
Referees still looking at this play under review right now. If you weren't with us before the break, 9:05 challenged this foul call. That one against Ulrich Shamshay. It was Donovan Williams going in for the layup. And if the call stands, it'll be Williams at the line for a free throw worth 2. If not, I believe it'll be a jump ball. I don't think anyone had possession when it came down. But here we take another look. And it looked like a lot of ball there from Ulrich Shamshay. A tiny bit of contact on the hand.
Clean block to me.
Yeah, looks pretty good. I don't know
the only
about you.
thing they could possibly give the foul for is the body contact right there.
Right, going into his side.
But I think Ulrich has enough space and distance between him and the offensive player to go ahead and swat the ball. And once that ball goes up, technically the hand is a part of the ball.
Right.
So that should be overturned. We shall see, and we'll get that result in a few seconds.
Seems like the Knicks feel that way. They're already back in their half, so that would signal that they're not getting a free throw. But the referees are still reviewing. They might be looking at stuff. They could still be looking at the call, but they might also look at stuff like who had possession, time on the clock, other procedural things that they need to figure out here before resuming play. But it's still headset on right now for Tyler Merkovich, the crew chief. Teresa Stuck is with him at the monitor. Rachel Rayford watching behind. And now they'll discuss the ramifications of the call here. They were looking at the end at possession, so I do think that this is going to be overturned.
Should be.
Because they kept looking at the play well after the block, too, to see what was going on. But they're in the discussion right now. About to report to the scorer's table. So they are changing the call, and as they do that, a big part of the 905 game today has been the depth of the 905. A lot of different guys have been contributing right now, and that's led to a steep advantage in points off the bench. The 905 clearly outscoring the Knicks in bench points, outscored them by 37, and having more points scored from their own bench than the starters have contributed so far.
And we've seen that before. I mean, 905, their bench is phenomenal. I mean, that, like I said, that depth that they have, Ben, is I think it's up there in terms of some of the best in the G League, and their roster ability to bring guys in who can contribute offensively, defensively, and really put up numbers. And we're seeing that they can really score off that bench. AJ Lawson's a big part of that. I mean, Kennedy Chandler, another big part of that. They start Gilliard and they play him a little bit less than they play Chandler, but look what Chandler is able to do in his minutes.
They overturned the call, by the way, but the Knicks got possession of the ball, and Chuma Okeke turns it into a 3, and now it's a 4-point game with just over 7 minutes to go. Saw this on Sunday. 905 were up double digits in the second half, and then it became a 2-point game with about a minute left.
And then the 905 took over, and
Lawson with a good runner. Nice feed there inside as well. It's Walter, Lawson, Chandler, Shamshay, and Mobo on the floor. Tough assignment for Shamshay getting Okeke. And now a switch, so he's guarding Ball. Drives past him and scores off glass.
Great change of speed by Damian Baugh. You can hear the bench for the 905 was screaming, you got to force him left. He gave him his right hand, which is where he wants to get to.
Walter inside, misses the 5-footer, and here comes Okeke. He goes left and passes back to Bowie. Always ready to shoot and hitting a ton today. Bowie up to 11 points with his third triple.
They are unconscious when it comes to three-point attempts. All he needs is a little bit of space, and that three is going up.
Halfway through the fourth, it's a one-point game, just as it was at halftime. Chandler in the lane. Shot affected by the OKK contest, and the Knicks can take the lead here. Bowie. Ball. Long and a rebound. Shamshay, despite the fighting from Williams. It's 9:05 ball and a foul there against OKK as he knocked over Kennedy Chandler. And a technical foul is going to go against the Knicks as well, as they went shoulder to shoulder. I think Sagana Diop got the tech, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah,
but
no,
he is.
Sagana Diop got the tech. He does have a point. He did get the ball, but it is a foul regardless.
So the 905 will get a free throw and the ball back. Diop visibly upset, walking the sideline. .905 can't convert there. They will keep the basketball. But 1 point could mean a lot in this game. That's 103-102. Now the 905 go back to the line because that foul also put the 905 into the bonus. So now it'll be a free throw or two for Kennedy Chandler.
It's a tough call, but I do think it's the right one. I mean, Kennedy Chandler sold it a bit by falling over, but you know, Chuma Okeke did run right into it.
The 905 convert after the controversial foul and lead by 3 again. Knicks outscoring them though, 15-6 in the quarter. Williams drives around. Big jam, Donovan Williams right on top of Shamshay, and he let the 905 bench know.
He got a step, and once he does, he's able to take off. And I like Shamshay's attempt to try and challenge it. That's what you got to do as a shot blocker, whether you get dunked on or not.
If you're going to block guys, you got to get dunked on.
You got to get dunked on, that's right.
Shamshay with the tap, but a physical rip away by Ba to get it off of Walter. Shamshay trying to stop the ball, stumbles, but he did enough actually to force a turnover. Shamshay created a bit of a stumble in Ba, and he flung it out of bounds.
And this is where, you know, you talk about crunch time, these last 5 minutes. Well, let's take a look at this first.
He just tipped it a little.
Yeah, which threw Ba off, and then the miscommunication between him and O'Connell, turnover number 16 for Westchester. But this is where I think the 905 have to show the poise that they showed against the Valley Suns and continue to execute offensively and defensively to try and win this game.
Chandler reverse, got it home. Good screen by Shamshay. Chandler with 18 off the bench.
Phenomenal finishing ability by Kennedy Chandler. It's no easy task from that layup when you're using the rim as a rim protector to not get blocked by Chuma Okeke.
Ball with 11 assists today. Over to Okeke. Deep three. And a rebound by Lawson. 905 taking it slower now than they were earlier in the game. Working more of their half-court offense. Half the shot clock gone, and Chandler still near half. They get a switch. Chandler drives on O'Connell, fakes him up, and scores. How about the post move from the guard?
We talked about poise. I mean, that I've seen.
Kennedy Chandler inside.
I've seen Walter do that on numerous occasions, and Kennedy Chandler taking a page out of his book. Look at the patience and the calmness. He spins, whoop, bye-bye, and layup. Beautiful job, Kennedy Chandler.
And I'm feeling good. This is my favorite tune. Can you dancing shoes?
Raptors 905 heading out on the road after this to Laval, Quebec, where the Long Island Nets will be playing 6 games at home. The first game will it be against the 905. I spoke to Coach Drew Jones about this opportunity, and he says it's a great opportunity for our guys who are especially from here. For us, yes, it's another game, but it's a chance to grow the game across the country. Ben?
Yeah, Lindsay, I'm sure especially the 3 Canadian players that the 905 have will be excited for that. And never hurts to kind of play a home game on the road. It counts as a road game. I lean that there's going to be more Raptors supporters than Nets supporters in the crowd, though. And a travel out of the timeout by O'Connell. A big turnover in this tight game.
I don't know. I thought that was a bit harsh. I thought he kept that pivot foot down. If we see the replay, I thought his left foot was stationary. He spun around legally. The ref had a better view than I did.
905 will take it either way. Turnover 17 on the Knicks.
Back in the zone now.
They go to that free throw line, pressure point of the zone. Mobo passes off. Lawson for 3.
Big shot. And he gets the roll.
Worth the wait for A.J. Lawson, who's barely missed a shot today en route to 23 points. Williams gives it up. Okeke threatening a triple-double, passes off. Ball, not a lot of time to shoot. Puts up the runner and hits it. Now a quick timeout again for the 905. Drew Jones, seeing something he didn't like there or wanting to run a certain play, is going to ask for another break.
I think it's more clock management and making sure your defense and offense is set. I mean, that's what that timeout is for.
The 905 have timeouts to burn, so may as well use them.
They got to get a good play here and take advantage of the time. 3:14 left in this one. This is a quick timeout, so they're going to drop a set here, come down and try and execute that, and that will put us into the 2-minute area, and then you can count the number of possessions left, right? I mean, the 905 have to manage the clock as best as possible with a 6-point lead, because we know how deadly Westchester is from beyond the arc. They have shot 50 3-point attempts in this game. 53s have gone up for one team.
And they hit 20 of them, so it's not like it's been a bad percentage.
No, they're shooting 40% from 3. I mean, if this was 20 years ago, to shoot 53s would be absolutely insane.
Your coach would go home with gray hair. I mean, he'd be freaking out even if you hit 20 of them.
He might go home bald. He may not have any hair.
Knicks switch to man for this possession, and Lawson's just going to take Williams to the hoop. Kick out. One more to battle.
That's
wide open for 3. And it's short, but an offensive board for Walter. Play worked out exactly how they wanted it.
Drawn to perfection. But now you get a whole shot clock and an extra possession.
Battle screens. Lawson to Shamshe for 3. And it's no good. They had 2 open looks for 3, but couldn't get it down. And now Mobo is pounding Williams in the front court. Williams pulling. Great defense by Jonathan Mobo.
Full court defense in the 4th quarter. We saw him huffing and puffing at halftime.
Yeah.
He's not tired anymore.
And managed to not commit a foul at any point in that as well. 2.5 to play. Walter, Euro. Missed it. Shamshe pokes it free, but Brown secures it. Rebound number 21 for him. Ball thought about stepping into the 3. Whips it inside. Brown scores. 4-point game, 2 minutes to go.
This is where late game execution and poise comes into play.
Knicks made a late comeback in their last win and won in overtime. That was against Windy City. Shot clock went down to 6. Lawson 3. And a rebound, OKK. He'll push the pace. Walter nearly poked it away. Mobo trying to get it away from him, but OKK maintains the handle. Williams with a step, knew he had the foul drawn. They won't give him the shot there, but he had his defender wrapped on him, and that'll send it to the sideline out of bounds. And you see the forearm into the hip.
That could be an offensive foul as Donovan Williams has his left arm wrapped around. He's pulling the jersey of Battle.
Next foul is free throws for the Knicks. Pause, push shot, no good. Follow, no good by Brown. And the 905 can take it down here. Still need to score buckets, but they can kill some clock with 1:15 to go. And the 905 with an 8-second violation, turn it over. You rarely see that, but they didn't get the ball up the court in time. Didn't cross half, and it's a turnover back to the Knicks.
Yeah, that's a crucial one.
So an extra possession for Westchester. Ball, 3. Short, long rebound. Last touch was 905. Mobo saves it, and Lawson helped up by the ball handler.
And 905 doing the smart thing, holding the basketball. I moved back. I thought they were coming over to me.
Walter driving in. Yeah, 1-on-1. Big bucket. Jacoby Walter went around the world, took the contact and scored. And that could be the crucial bucket in this game.
This is a great finish and one. What a play by Jacoby Walter. You see what it means to him when he landed on the ground. It's a great finish. Talk about giving the ball to, I think, one of the best and youngest talents in terms of his maturity level. He thinks the game at a high level. He's able to play with poise, as I've talked about. I said it 4 times already, how important that is for good players, and that's an example of he's not rushed. He goes in, drives to the rim, and is able to up and under reverse finish to his stronger right hand, but a tough finish nonetheless. And I think him and Kennedy Chandler have been passing notes on how to make tough layups.
Big buckets from Jacoby Walter over the last handful of games. The 905 have won 4 of their last 5 and are in a great position to keep that good run going. But they need some stops, and also, crucially, this free throw would make it a 7-point game instead of a 6-point game. And now you don't have it as 2 threes can tie it. Rather, it would be a 3-possession game. So a lot rides on this free throw.
And you want to extend that as much as possible because Westchester just shoots the ball at such a high clip, and they'll take any 3 available. You want to ensure that you spread the game out as much as you can in terms of possessions. So we'll see if they can finish the play here.
Walter to the line. The fans quiet down here as it's a big free throw upcoming. And it rattles out. 6-point game. A rebound for Brown. His 23rd to tie a career high. Damian Ball driving to the hoop. Kicked out. Open 3 Williams, and he got it. 3-point ball game. Battle gets it into Lawson. And the 905 trying to break the press. It's turned over. Ball to the corner. Williams drives in and missed the dunk. No foul. Basketball still up for grabs, and the 905 have it. Battle ahead. Walter lays it in. Just how they drew it up, the 905 extend the lead to 5 points.
What a sequence. I mean, there could have been contact there on the hand. Donovan Williams too fast to even see. Battle with the smart play, throw it up in the air, and Chuma Okeke doesn't even foul or do anything to try and contest. But the game's not over yet.
Nope.
If they hit a quick three here.
Technical foul against Donovan Williams. He was still talking about the non-call on the last play to the referee as he was inbounding. And got to be careful not to get another one there, but right before he inbounded, he said one last thing to the referee, and that was one thing too many. So it'll be a free throw for the 9:05 here. It will go back to the Knicks. Even if he hit this, it's a 6-point game, so it's not like Westchester's out of it yet.
Talk about Battle's impact. He had a key three in the last game to kind of seal that victory, and in this one he picks up the loose ball. I don't even know where. The ball was all over the place. It's literally all over the place, and then he tosses it up to Jacoby Walter, which takes time off the clock, and they score 2 points as a result of it. And then Donovan Williams wanted to put on a 9:05 jersey for a second and give them 4 points.
O'Connell three, no good. Rebound Knicks. Okeke lost it on the way up, gets it back and one. 9:05 asking whether that should have been a travel as he took the shot and airballed and he jumped up and got it again. But that wasn't called. You really didn't want to commit that foul because now it could be a 3-point game.
Yeah, 9:05 with, well, Roden, if you're going to foul, keep him on the floor and don't give him an attempt to go up and get that layup. So not the smartest play towards the end of the game, but you got to keep your composure now, and 9:05 are probably going to get fouled. And I don't know if all of their best free throw shooters are out on the floor at the moment.
They're just confirming there that it was an and one free throw rather than 2 free throws, and it is. And he banks it, and he was trying to miss, which honestly I don't totally understand. I figure you want the steal, you want to hit that, steal it, and hit a three. He was trying to miss, and he hit it. So now it's a one-possession game. You miss that, you got to score, steal it, and score again.
Yeah. I mean, I
think that worked out for the best for the Knicks, to be honest.
It did. I don't know why he would try and miss that this early on. I'm trying to think about an explanation. I think maybe that was just his it's not like he can't see the shot clock.
Yeah, maybe he just thought he could sneak it on everyone and make it 2 points
and then grab his own
one.
rebound and go back up, but you're still down 1 point. So logically, it makes no sense. That's fine. They scored. 9:05 have the ball, so I'm assuming they're going to make some subs, put in a smaller, more free throw prevalent lineup, people who shoot more free throws. There you go. Sub out Chomsky for Kaminsky.
9:05, advance the ball in the timeout. And the most important thing right now, get the ball in. They turned it over when they got full court pressed after the Williams made three.
And get it in preferably in the middle of the floor. You don't want to catch an inbound in the corners where you could be double teamed. And definitely do not turn your back when you get the ball.
This is what you do. You go into the backcourt where you have a lot of room to operate. Lawson press. They got to get it over half, and a foul is committed. They hacked Kaminsky.
Yeah, that's...
And the 9:05 are pleading.
I was about to say that. It looked like an over and back to me.
Technical foul is now called against the 9:05. So they're calling an over and back and a technical foul?
I think they are. I think they are. And by the looks of things, it looked... That's an over and back. That's an over and back.
And so that means if everything stands, a free throw here can make it a 2-point game, and the Knicks will have the ball with a shot for the win. Free throw misses big, as now the best the Knicks could do is tie it. That is a huge miss. The Knicks are going to call a timeout.
I think Kaminsky's taken on a lot of the blame for the over and back, but it's Lawson. Lawson jumped to pass the ball. Number one, you cannot do that in these type of situations. You have to keep your composure. He had enough time to take a back dribble, wait for people to come back, completely over half and then make a decision on where you want to pass the ball to, right? So these are the late game situations. So Lawson gets the ball here. He does the right thing, takes the dribble, and then he tries to beat the double team and then jump to pass. You never want to do that. And then this puts Kaminsky in a compromised situation. Both feet were not over the halfway line, so that is unfortunately an over and back. It's the correct call. I know Coach Drew was outraged. He ran on the floor. Luckily, Donovan Williams was not able to capitalize on that free throw. If he did, Westchester would not necessarily. If I'm a road team, I'm going for the win. So I'm shooting a three. Right. I'm going for the win. So, but they wouldn't have had to. Now they have to. So let's see what they drop out of this timeout and see if we're going to be here a little bit longer for overtime.
Late drama in a battle of two of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. It's been a fun one. Back and forth, a lot of scoring. It was a 6-point advantage for the 905 with 11 seconds left. Now it's a 3-point advantage, and the Knicks have the ball.
With 6.8 seconds, so a lot of time to get a shot off.
O'Connell for three in the time. Missed it. And it's saved. And that'll do it. Two saves by the 905 kept the clock going, and they just outlast the Knicks to win it 117-114 in a really tough, hard-fought, spirited game from both sides.
Woo! What a game. What a game. Well done, 905. Able to outlast this Westchester team who's undermanned. Talk about the fight of Westchester. They did a really good job today in terms of just their offensive and defensive execution undermanned. And 905, you got to give them credit for what they've done off the bench. Talk about Kennedy Chandler and A.J. Lawson, their contribution. And not only that, they did it efficiently. Now, they didn't end up at 50% from three, but they made 14. They had 32 assists on 47 made field goals. Talk about Ulrich Chomsky's performance as well. Like this team is really starting to come together, and that's why they've been on this winning streak, and it's impressive to watch.
Winners of 5 out of the last 6 are the 905, and like you said, tons of credit to the Knicks, who fought back multiple times, but they couldn't outlast the 905 and A.J. Lawson, who's with our own Lindsey Dunn.
Thanks so much, Ben. That is about as much dramatic and drama that you could have to end a fourth quarter. Talk about the emotions for you guys and how you were able to close it out.
It just shows that we have composure. I mean, it was a battle-fought game. We played hard. We got cut down on our turnovers and make better decisions in the fourth quarter, but I feel like we played hard and we played together.
For you personally, you had a great game. 23 points, 2 steals, a block shot, 4 rebounds, and you put on a dunk clinic. What was working well for you?
Just playing hard, being a good teammate, getting others involved, and then when the ball went through, I just felt my confidence go through the roof, and I just kept going with it.
This is your first home game for the day game with the kids. What was it like to be a part of this emotion?
The energy was amazing. Those kids, they showed us a lot of love. They kept me going. I mean, I hear kids on the sideline trying to call my jersey number and my name, so I felt good to be, I guess, like a little fan favorite.
I think you know what I'm going to ask you. You told me 2 days ago you can rap. Are you going to show the fans at home some bars, AJ?
Maybe one day. Not right now, though. Not right now.
Congratulations on the W.
Thank you.
Ben, I tried.
Thank you, Lindsey. Well, we'll get it another time. But a great game from A.J. Lawson and the 905. They outlast the number 2 team in the East, the Westchester Knicks, and win 117-114. We'll be back to wrap it up on the other side on TSN and MSG.